last season on the practice.
We need to talk, Clarice.
There's a restraining order. You just screwed up.
I promise, I'm not here to cause anybody any harm. I just need to talk to her.
Get out before I throw you out.
You're in danger, Clarice. He is coming for you. Only I can save you.
Why don't you go on ahead without me?
Lindsay!
She just shot him dead in cold blood. This was first-degree homicide. We've heard testimony of another client who terrorized your wife. What happened to him?
He was killed.
He was murdered. And you were arrested for conspiracy to commit murder.
I was acquitted.
I smell a pattern. Threaten Lindsay Dole, you get killed.
Objection!
Lindsay killed an unarmed man. The burden of an excuse is on you.
None of us think of you as a murderer. Because you're not. I was there. I saw it. You snapped.
Okay. When he came, I knew it was probably him. But I opened my door anyway. I wasn't going to be a victim. It was my house.
And after you opened the door?
I killed him.
Madam Foreperson, the jury has reached a unanimous verdict.
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
We find the defendant, Lindsay Dole, guilty.
They're bringing her in.
Commonwealth versus Lindsay Dole, sentencing.
Mr. Walsh?
I have nothing, Your Honor, other than to remind the court that the crime for which Miss Dole was convicted is murder. The taking of human life is not only an act against that life, but a crime against law, humanity, the Commonwealth, and we feel that the statutory sentence is appropriate.
Mr. Young?
Your Honor, we would ask the court at this time to convert Miss Dole's conviction from first-degree murder to voluntary manslaughter.
The Commonwealth opposes.
You have before you the psychological examinations done by both the Commonwealth and the defense, which all conclude that Miss Dole's state of mind was severely compromised at the time she committed this crime. The court can also take judicial notice of the facts. Miss Dole did not act with any aforethought. There was no premeditation. Her own husband was in the line of fire. Now, while the jury was certainly free to reject the defense of legal insanity, Miss Dole's actions just as certainly fall within the scope of heat of passion. A killer came to her door, threatened her, and she reacted. Your Honor can and should find that Miss Dole committed her act while under the influence of extreme mental and emotional disturbance, for which there was a reasonable excuse. This fits the classic definition of manslaughter, not murder one, not murder two, but voluntary manslaughter. Accordingly, this verdict is contrary to the evidence. It is contrary to the law. And I would respectfully request that you adjust the verdict to the appropriate degree.
The jury heard testimony of how Ms. Dole threatened to kill the victim the very day of the shooting. Those were her words. The jury heard Ms. Dole's voice on the phone, evidencing a calm demeanor, no passion whatsoever, seconds before the shooting. Personally, I've never even seen a manslaughter with a gun. Manslaughter is usually a fist, a vehicle, a fight, sometimes a stabbing. But when a woman walks from her door, retrieves her purse, retrieves a handgun from within that purse, shoots the man who is still standing by the door, that's not manslaughter. And I will remind the court of something you already know. You are not entitled to simply substitute your judgment for that of the jury's. You can only override the first-degree conviction if you find there was no reasonable basis for it. Here, you cannot make such a finding. As such, I respectfully request that you allow the jury's verdict to stand.
Ms. Dole, do you have anything you'd like to say?
I would like to express my condolences to the family of Lawrence O'Malley. I would also like to assure the court the lack of remorse I seemingly demonstrated in my phone call to the police that night was more a product of my shock than the person I think and hope I am. I took a human life. I had the opportunity to retreat. I didn't do so. I accept responsibility for a homicide conviction. I committed a homicide. But given my shock and my fear and the underlying trauma I was experiencing from past assaults against me, I feel my judgment and state of mind were compromised, and that the crime I'm guilty of is more consistent with voluntary manslaughter. Thank you.
Day 10/9 Central on ABC.
Did he say when he would rule?
No. It's good that he took it under advisement.
But bad he wouldn't let us call witnesses. What is with the heat? You said it was being fixed.
It is. It should.
What the hell is wrong with it?
Do I look like a plumber?
A plumber fixes water, Rebecca. Tell me you didn't know that.
You want to get off my back, Eleanor.
What happens when your toilet clogs? You call an electrician?
My toilet never clogs, Eleanor. Do you have that problem?
What's that supposed to mean?
Not a thing.
Not a thing?
Only you seem a little edgy.
Eleanor, you do seem a little on edge.
I'm hot.
Fine, it'll all be fixed today.
We got a walk-up. Anybody?
Jimmy.
I took the last one.
No, I did.
Well, how about you, Eleanor?
I have Jamie Stringer at 10 o'clock, who, by the way, you called back.
Not just me. Eugene liked her.
Jimmy, just take the walk up.
It's always me.
James Berluti, Melissa Halpern.
Hi.
Hello. This is my daughter, Joey.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How can I be of help?
Is there someplace you and I could speak privately?
Of course.
I told my daughter that this was just about insurance and so forth, but that isn't it. First, I need to know that what I tell you will remain confidential.
Absolutely. Please.
I wanted you to meet my daughter to, well, I guess for some perspective. 16 years ago, I kidnapped her. I was into drugs, and I got this inane notion that having to take care of a child would be a kind of a lifeline to... I just grabbed her out of a hospital when she was a newborn, and I've been raising her ever since.
Does your daughter know?
No, and it's imperative that she never find out. It would destroy her. I also have 2 small children, a family. I mean, if this ever got out, many lives would be destroyed.
So, why are you here?
I recently read a magazine article about 2 lives that have been destroyed, the birth mother and the woman they accused of stealing Joey.
Another woman was convicted?
No, they never pressed charges due to lack of evidence, but evidently the cloud of suspicion followed her, and, well, the irony is that she went on to get into some of the same drug problems that I was looking to escape. I don't want to turn myself in. It isn't an option. But two things in this article. The birth mother, she says the horror lives on every day of not knowing what happened, whether her daughter is dead or... She said that if she could just know that her daughter has a good life somewhere and is happy, and for the woman who was accused, she said if even one person could know she was innocent, even one. I would like you to go to the birth mother and tell her how happy and safe her daughter is. And then I would like you to go to the woman who was accused and tell her you know she's innocent. I have 2 money orders, each in the amount of $70,000. If I had more, I would pay them more. Can you do this for me, Mr. Berluti?
Obviously, your academic credentials are superb.
Thank you.
But I have to say, I'm curious with the offers you're getting. Why here?
Those offers are all civil. The only thing I've ever wanted to do is criminal, and this firm for criminal. I've been court buffing you guys for 2 years.
Really?
I was at the Lindsay Dole trial every day. I almost cut a final.
Any tips? We could use some pointers on that one.
Are you serious?
Well, sure.
Well, I'm sure I couldn't say anything that you haven't already thought about.
Just for fun. Why don't you throw it out?
Feels like a test. I thought it was a mistake to go with battered woman. It may be a viable theory, technically, but juries pretty much reject the abuse excuse. It seems desperate. I felt you cut your legs off at the top.
What else were we supposed to argue?
Straight self-defense. Wink, wink. It really would have amounted to jury nullification, but, and here's where I feel like you really dropped the ball. I'm sorry. I don't mean to...
No, go ahead.
What you did was characterize Lindsay as a crazy. You know, she snapped. She was outside of herself. She lost control. But the problem is, juries don't like to free nutsos. Instead of depicting her as aberrant, you should have portrayed her as every woman. You know, who wouldn't pull the trigger? The guy comes to her house.
We sort of did that.
Not enough. You didn't. You basically argued, we can't know what it's like to be her. She was in a different place. But I would have put the jury right in her shoes, right in that place. At least one of them would have pulled the trigger. The worst you get is a hung jury. Hindsight's always 20/20. I know. Hi.
I'm looking for Sally Burns.
I'm Sally.
My name is James Berluti. I represent the individual who kidnapped your daughter 16 years ago. I'm not at liberty to divulge this individual's name, but this person hired me to communicate to you that your daughter is safe and happy. The individual continues to parent your daughter. The individual feels great remorse for all the pain caused to you and sends to you this money order in the amount of $70,000. The individual wants you to know that he or she is very sorry for hurting you. That's all I'm at liberty to say.
Starting Wednesday on ABC.
What didn't you like about her?
I don't know. I just didn't.
You see a transcript?
Yeah, her grades were great. That's why we interviewed her. But the purpose of the interview is to see if we like her. And I didn't.
Beck, I want you to interview her.
Why? Hiring is supposed to be unanimous. If I didn't like her...
We're also supposed to have a group discussion. Rebecca is part of the group. She needs to interview her.
I thought she was great.
Yes, all the men think she's swell.
Why are you so testy?
Hey,
What's wrong?
what, I can't just pop in to say hi?
What's wrong?
Jimmy? Police got a visit from a woman named Sally Burns last night. You had to know she'd go to the police.
So what? It's attorney-client.
Not necessarily. A crime is ongoing.
What crime?
The kidnapping. The individual still has her. The crime is ongoing, Jimmy. Which means you can reveal.
Helen, I'm not going to tell. You know I'm not going to tell. What?
I'm going to get a judge to force you to tell.
No judge is ever...
I think you're wrong. We already know who she is. Bernice White, 56 years old, works as a waitress at the King Street Cafe. We'll get her one way or another. If she comes forward and cooperates, I'll give her 3 years. You have 24 hours.
You can't tell? You gave me your word.
Melissa.
I didn't even want you to tell him.
He's a lawyer here. The privilege extends to all.
And now you're breaking the privilege.
Nobody's revealing your secret.
What are you telling me?
We're telling you the DA is trying to force us to reveal your identity. If she is successful...
God! Oh, my God!
Melissa, you need to calm
I
down
just
here.
wanted to help those people. I did not want to risk jail.
I can leave the room and come back later. Or you can calm down and listen to me now. We are not going to give you up. You need to be aware... Melissa. Melissa, I need your full attention now. You asked Mr. Berluti to contact the woman accused of the kidnapping.
Which I've been trying to do, but I haven't got her yet.
It is our opinion that we should no longer try to contact her, and here's why. They still think she's it. If we contact her, we'd effectively be telling the police it's not her, could be anybody. For your protection, it's best that she remains a suspect. I know you wanted to help, but there's too much risk in it.
Okay.
I also wanted to open up a bogus file for you. On the chance the police are watching this building to see who goes in and out. And the chances are good they are. I want a file explaining your presence here. We can create something under estate planning.
I have small children. I cannot go to jail.
Melissa, we are not going to let that happen.
Hi.
Hey, Rebecca will be right with you.
Great. I can't believe I even got called back again after...
What happened?
Well, my mouth tends to disclose what I think sometimes, and, well, I may have offended Miss Frutt.
Don't worry about it. I offended them when I walked in the door. I didn't think I'd last a week. That was 4 years ago.
Hi, Jamie?
Yes.
Rebecca Washington.
Very nice to meet you.
You too. We can go in here.
Miss Frutt, hello.
Hi.
Oh, Jimmy, this is Bernice White. She says that you've been calling her.
Yes, yes. James Berluti. Thanks for coming.
What's this about? Did I inherit something?
Actually, we thought you did. But it was another Bernice White. I'm very sorry.
What'd she get?
Sorry?
This other Bernice White, what'd she inherit?
Oh, only a few $100s, actually. Nothing.
Sure made it sound a lot more important than a few $100s.
Again, I apologize.
What's wrong?
Nothing. What's wrong with you? So here we are then. Two people with nothing wrong. Did I blow it?
Blow what?
Lindsay's trial.
Eleanor.
That Hink stuff with you never should have come in.
You objected.
I objected once. For the record, I should have shut it down.
Look.
Abuse defenses statistically are losers.
We had to have something.
Battered woman syndrome is desperate. Even a third-year law student knows that.
This was a team defense.
But I tried it. I was the one up there. Come on. A serial killer with a restraining order? How could I not win? We have all won with much, much less.
Where is this coming from?
That little slut Rebecca is interviewing. She picked me to pieces. And she was right. We focused the jury on Lindsay being crazy when we should have argued how reasonable she was. How can I not have seen it?
None of us saw it.
Why? How could we all?
I think Lindsay was desperate to believe she snapped. She was desperate to believe she was crazy, Eleanor. So we became desperate to help her believe it. You didn't pull the trigger, Eleanor.
It's good talking to you, Bobby. You remember years ago we used to come in here at the end of the day and we'd just talk.
What happened?
I don't know. You have become a bit of an island, Bobby. You don't turn to others, even in your times of...
I've tried to be there. For her. For all of you.
That isn't exactly it. You're there when we need you, Bobby. But we all get a little desperate from time to time. For you to need us.
Asking for attorney-client privilege.
He knows where she is. She's alive, Miss Gamble, and this lawyer knows.
Sally,
He knows.
You have to understand. Legal ethics and morality are two different things. Sometimes they fly in the absolute face of each other.
Helen. I'm sorry. Can I talk to you for a second?
I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Please.
Could you give me a minute?
Look, I'm not going to fight you on the merits of what you're trying to do here.
Good.
But I'm asking you to hold off. If it gets out our firm is helping a kidnapper to... Helen, you know the fallout. It might not necessarily affect Lindsay's disposition, but we do not need Judge West getting angry at us about something else.
I doubt this would have any bearing on Lindsay's fate.
But with the possibility, it could. Please.
When's he supposed to rule?
11 o'clock.
I'll push my motion to this afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bobby likes her, as do I, and Rebecca, and Jimmy. What exactly bothered you about her?
I don't know. She seemed perky, suck-uppy, arrogant.
Perky, suck-uppy, arrogant.
Maybe it's that Harvard thing.
Look, given our current state of things, the Harvard grads aren't exactly flooding us with their resumes. This is a real prospect, Eleanor.
You didn't find her a little slutty?
Slutty?
Yes, she's got that giggly, flirty thing.
So now she's a giggly, flirty, suck-uppy, arrogant slut?
Look, I'm sure she's a great person. She's obviously very smart. I just didn't get a great hit, that's all.
Seeing as the rest of us did, and we need to hire, I vote we extend an offer.
Me too.
Me too.
Okay.
11:15.
How you doing?
I'll let you know.
All rise. This court is in session. The Honorable Judge West presides. Be seated.
First, let me state for the record my disfavor for the legal gamesmanship. For the defense to argue diminished capacity, then to lose, only then to march into sentencing claiming it was manslaughter, it strikes me as a disingenuous attempt to have two bites at the legal apple. That having been said, I am required to consider this second bite. And as I view the evidence, this case warrants a finding of voluntary manslaughter more than murder one. Had I been sitting on the jury, I most definitely would have voted that way. But I wasn't a juror in this case. I am the judge. And as the prosecutor correctly points out, a judge should only overturn a verdict if he finds no reasonable basis for it. I can't make that leap. I therefore uphold the verdict. Ms. Dole, you have been convicted of murder in the first degree. I am bound by the statute to sentence you to the Framingham Correction Facility for the remainder of your natural life. We are adjourned.
We have strong appeal. We have solid issues. Lindsay, we've got strong grounds. We go before the state Supreme Court next week. We are going to get you out.
She's holding up. She's going to be transferred tomorrow afternoon. I'm gonna go back and be with her till then. Eleanor and I were talking last night, and she thought it'd be a good idea for me to lean on all of you a little more. Personally. I think I'll probably be doing that. Jimmy, you better go.
We will survive this.
You'll survive it. And Lindsay will.
I know.
Bobby, I know you know. Factuals and legals aside, the emotional undercurrents of a case play a part with juries, with judges, even Supreme Court justices. You know that better than anybody, right? Bobby, look at me. Give me this appeal. I'll bring your wife home.
The identity of a client has never been privileged, Your Honor.
It has, when the disclosure of the identity would incriminate a person criminally.
Hold on a second, Mr. Berluti. Assuming your client enjoys privilege, so what? We've got a crime here. Person has been kidnapped. She could be in severe physical danger.
She's not in danger.
Says who? The kidnapper?
I've seen her. She's healthy.
Careful, counsel. You're about to make yourself a witness.
Your Honor, as you correctly imply, this is an ongoing crime. Mr. Berluti has knowledge as to who has the victim.
This is a past crime. It happened 16 years ago.
It happens every day. The girl is still being held.
She's not being held. She doesn't even know she's kidnapped. My client has been her parent.
Oh, come on. If a kidnapper went to a lawyer for the purpose of eluding capture, there's no doubt we would consider that an ongoing case.
That's not what's going on here.
Are you sure? She says she wants to help the victim. Maybe she's clever. Maybe she is using you to check the status of the investigation.
She's not doing that.
You say so. We don't know. The point is, it shouldn't matter. Sally Burns' daughter is still out there, in the hands of the person who took her. That's present tense, Your Honor. This is an ongoing case. Attorney-client privilege...
Even if she's right, that would give me the choice to break privilege. It would not incur an obligation on my part to do so.
If a person is in danger...
I have no knowledge or belief that any bodily harm would ensue. I don't have to break privilege, and I won't. And I submit to this court, in close cases, and this would be one, the doubt has to be resolved in favor of the client. If not, what are we left with? We can't have clients thinking privilege is vulnerable. When a person goes to a lawyer, he or she has to know this confidentiality will be upheld. Murderers get that privilege. Rapists, hijackers, they all get that privilege. Kidnappers do too.
Your Honor, I'd prefer to focus on the rights of the kidnapped victim here, who is still suffering.
She's not suffering.
All right. Ms. Gamble, from a moral standpoint, I'm with you. Ms. Burns, speaking as a mother, I can certainly feel for you. But as a judge, I have to side with Mr. Berluti. Attorney-client privilege is sacrosanct. It is paramount to our system of justice. The Commonwealth's petition is denied. We're adjourned.
How can you do this?
Ma'am?
She stole my daughter. She has my daughter. How can you do this?
Miss Burns.
You have no conscience.
Okay, Sally.
I want my daughter back.
Sally.
I want my daughter.
Great saves, Mike. Hey, can you do that on skates?
I would have thought they'd be open by 9 o'clock. Are you a client?
No. Are you?
Oh, no. I'm a lawyer. Actually, hoping to get a job here. They keep bringing me in for all these callbacks. I'm about to pull my hair out.
Is this considered a good place to work?
Oh, excellent. It's one of the top 3 criminal practices in the state.
The place to come if you're a criminal, huh?
Well, that's one way to look at it, I guess.
I'm a pretty good judge of character, Mr. Berluti. You strike me as a decent man.
I can't have this conversation.
Do you believe in God, Mr. Berluti?
Ms. Burns, I represent a person with interests contrary to yours. It would be unethical for me to have any dialogue with you.
Can you tell me what my daughter looks like?
No.
Can you tell me whether or not she's a good person?
I don't really know her, but she struck me as an excellent person.
Rebecca?
Eugene and I talked about it. We both agree. She probably exudes the most moral integrity, I think passion, too. Our grounds are good, but we're not going to win unless the justices, for some reason, want us to. So Beck's passion, I think, is our best strength.
Okay.
Listen, I thought about bringing Bobby here to say goodbye because, you know, I didn't want him to see you all shackled.
Yeah. When?
2. After his nap.
Okay. I'm never going to get out, am I, Bobby?
Of course you will.
I got the job.
Congratulations.
Oh, I don't believe it. I was so sure I offended you.
Me? Get out of town.
When do I start?
When can you start?
Hello, how about yesterday? Does yesterday work for you?
I think she's excited.
Oh, God. I need to call my parents. Oh.
What's going on?
Miss White,
No, never mind that.
what's wrong?
What's wrong? First you're calling me saying it's really important that we meet. And then I see you on television concerning a crime that I have been suspected of for 16 years. So I'm asking you again, Mr. Berluti, what the hell is going on?
Bernice White, please place your hands behind your back.
What?
You're under arrest for kidnapping.
Hold on a second.
Jimmy?
I just want to know what's going on.
We're arresting your client, Jimmy.
No, I'm not his client. Tell them I'm not your client.
We neither confirm nor deny that she is our client.
What? Tell them!
We neither confirm nor deny she is our client.
Take her.
No, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. These people called me.
Right to remain.
Tell them!
Say cannibal.
Eugene, we can't.
Jimmy, my office. By denying she's our client, we betray Melissa Halper.
Eugene, they basically just arrested that woman for entering our offices. I was the one who called her down here.
That is an unfortunate result, but we can't change it. We continue to honor the privilege. We say nothing.
That woman will be on the news tonight, pegged for the crime again.
Jimmy, she's not our client.
Okay, what about that? It's kind of hard to tell, but what is that one? Silly.
No, blue.
What if we put blue and yellow together? What does that make?
What?
Silly.
Pink.
That's right. You've got it. Like the rainbow.
I want pepper.
Okay. Okay, Mommy's gotta go now.
No.
I'm gonna go live in a different place for a while. But you're gonna visit me all the time. Just like we talked about. Okay? I need a hug. hug. Can I have a hug? Just a little itty bitty hug. Okay. I love you so much. Get me out. Please, get me out.
I will.
Please, Mommy. Please.
It's a circumstantial case, no doubt. But we have the eyewitness from 16 years ago whose description matched Bernice White. We know the kidnapper hired Mr. Berluti. We know Miss White has gone into Mr. Berluti's office twice in the last 2 days. Proving her guilty isn't my concern. Locating the girl, that may prove to be more difficult. A mother has been missing her child for 16 years. If Miss White has any sense of decency or humanity, she'll help us here. If she's got a conscience, we feel we have a real chance.
Previously on The Practice.
We've heard testimony of another client who terrorized your wife. He was murdered. I smell a pattern. Threaten Lindsay Dole, you get killed.
Objection!
He knew his wife was culpable. Why the immediate assembly of lawyers? The refusal to speak to police. This is consistent with the behavior of guilty people.
Ms. Dole, I am bound by the statute to sentence you to the Framingham Correction Facility for the remainder of your natural life.
The emotional undercurrents of a case play a part. Give me this appeal.
James Berluti, Melissa Halpern.
Hello. This is my daughter, Joey. 16 years ago, I kidnapped her.
Does your daughter know?
No. I recently read a magazine article about the birth mother and the woman they accused of stealing Joey.
I represent the individual who kidnapped your daughter 16 years ago. The individual sends to you this money order in the amount of $70,000.
Jimmy, police got a visit from a woman named Sally Burns last night. You had to know she'd go to the police.
So what? It's attorney-client.
We already know who she is. Bernice White.
First you're calling me saying it's really important that we meet, and then I see you on television concerning a crime that I have been suspected of for 16 years.
Bernice White, please place your hands behind your back.
What? Tell them I'm not your client.
We neither confirm nor deny that she is our client.
What?
We neither confirm nor deny she is our client.
She's fading. I just can't close it.
Okay. Bernice, I'm Helen Gamble.
Why won't you leave me alone?
I'm the district attorney. Can we get you a cup of coffee or something?
No, I just want to go to sleep.
I know. Listen, I'm very familiar with these kinds of cases. And the truth is, I happen to believe you. You say you didn't kidnap this baby. And I believe you believe with all your heart that that's the truth. But I also believe you're suffering from a form of amnesia, which is extremely common.
No.
Sometimes, when good people commit acts that shock their own conscience, they block it out. In your mind, this kidnapping never happened, but the thing is, a witness saw you leave with the baby. And now what the police aren't telling you, they've now located the woman you gave the baby to. She identified your picture. You will be convicted for this crime. It's not even a question anymore. The only thing to be determined is what happens to you. Do you understand what I'm saying, Bernice? Your life is in your hands. You tell us the truth, we can help you. You can get home.
MD's After the Bachelor, Wednesday starting at 9/8 Central on ABC.
We're moving you from the orientation unit to the compound.
Okay.
Don't pick up disciplinary tickets. You could stay there for the duration of your sentence, which is...
Life. I'm hoping to reduce that. My appeal is scheduled for tomorrow. Actually, I was hoping that I could attend.
Sorry. You filled out a visitor consent form for a minor child?
For my son.
We'll need a certified birth certificate before he can come in. Then it'll be at least a month after that.
Wait a second. I can't see my son for a month?
When you see the shrink at meds, most of the girls here are on at least one antidepressant. He can also give you a dental dam.
Excuse me?
If you get involved with anyone, better to be safe than sorry. You've been assigned to janitorial.
I asked a clerk in the law library.
They all do. It goes to the senior girls.
But I'm a lawyer.
Miss Dole, part of your adjustment here is learning that what you were before doesn't matter.
Look, if you don't like the brief...
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just think we short-shrifted the merits a little.
An appeal isn't about the merits.
Just the same. It would be nice to have them emotionally predisposed. Justice Leon's wife was the victim of violent crime. It's not a bad idea to tickle that nerve a little by reminding them who Lindsay shot. I'm only talking about 2 more paragraphs.
Okay.
She's feeling it a little.
Was this a mistake?
She'll be okay. Nerves usually make her better.
I've got a problem. I represent a woman, Melissa Halpern, who kidnapped a child 16 years ago.
I heard.
Well, you probably also heard. The police arrested somebody else, Bernice White. In fact, they arrested her because of me, and...
Jimmy, can you just cut to the problem? We're a little busy here.
Fine. Bernice White confessed.
Excuse me?
They must have interrogated her half the night. I don't know. But she signed a written confession.
For a crime she didn't commit?
Yes. Bobby, this is all my doing. I'd like to represent Bernice.
How can you do that? You represent Melissa.
I won't violate any privilege.
But Jimmy, there's a conflict. It's in your client's best interest for the police to continue thinking Bernice White is the kidnapper.
And I'm not going to do much to change their minds on that. But I can still help her beat it without compromising Melissa Halpern.
That's crazy, Jimmy.
I can't just sit and do nothing here. That woman's going to go to prison for a crime she didn't commit. I put all of it in motion. I can't just... If I promise not to do anything against Melissa Halpern's interests.
You get her consent first. She has to waive the conflict.
Okay.
Great. And take Jamie with you. I want her there.
Why?
Because you seem a little nearsighted, Jimmy. I want backup.
I don't need...
You take Jamie with you.
She confessed?
That's the good news. The bad is she says she doesn't know where your daughter is.
Well, what did she do with her?
She claims she doesn't remember. Look, now that we have the confession, we've got some leverage to work on her. Sally, it's early. Give us some time.
I don't care if you make a deal, Helen. I don't care whether or not she goes to prison. I want to see my daughter.
Represent her? Bernice White?
You have my word.
It'll give me away.
I promise you, it won't. It'll have nothing to do with you. I won't be saying I know who the real kidnapper is. I will be defending her straight as if you didn't exist.
Why can't she just get another lawyer?
She could. But the reality is, any other lawyer's gonna think she did it. And the defense will reflect that. I want it to be me.
And why is she here?
Because as complicated as it is, we feel two attorneys...
Here's my card.
She doesn't need your card. Melissa, I know you don't want Bernice White going to jail. One of the reasons you came to me was to spare some of her suffering.
I don't want to be going to jail either, Jimmy.
I won't betray you in any way.
Hey, Mr. Veluti.
Hey, Joey.
Still working on the will? And who's this?
Oh, I'm Jamie Stringer.
She works with us.
Why do I get the feeling that there's this big secret?
There's no secret, sweetheart. Grown-ups draft wills. It's just one of the boring things they have to do.
Okay.
A month, they're saying, before she can see him. I gotta tell him tonight he won't see his mother until Halloween.
Bobby, it's prison rules. Look, I don't have any jurisdiction or even influence for that matter.
There's gotta be a string you can pull.
Well, I don't have it. Look, your best option is to go to the court and ask that she be allowed to attend her appeal.
We struck out there. Come on, Helen.
I'll try.
Thanks.
You know, you have a client, Bernice White, kidnapped a baby 16 years ago. If she were to tell us what she did with that baby, I think the office could find a way to let Lindsay visit with your son.
Playing one case off another.
I'm not playing one case off of another. You're in here looking for a special favor. It's going to be hard for me to accomplish that, considering the disfavor your firm is held in here. All I'm saying is if you were to do something to cultivate a little goodwill, it could help Lindsay.
I am not going to discuss that other case. I'm only here to discuss Lindsay, who, in addition to being my wife, is also one of your best friends.
Like I said, I'll try.
See. Why did you say you did it?
I don't know. I just wanted them to leave me alone. Couldn't take it anymore. And then they said that if I gave them what they wanted, I'd go home.
Let you go?
And then the woman, she said they'd be lenient. And then the detective came back in, and he said that if I confessed, that he'd help me. And I was so tired, I believed him.
The police said if you confessed, they'd release you?
Yes.
Shouldn't the first step be a motion to recuse?
No.
I really think...
Can I have a second?
1 minute.
You lied to her.
I'm allowed to do that.
You're not allowed to manufacture evidence, Helen.
I didn't.
Who's this woman she supposedly gave the baby to? I've already marked up a motion to suppress the confession.
Well, there's a stunner. You'd be?
I'm Jamie.
She doesn't care.
Listen, Jimmy, you want to make a deal. Tell me where the girl is. Otherwise, don't bother.
You crossed the line, Helen. I'm going right into court.
Fine. I'll see you there. Debbie?
Jamie. Jimmy, technically, you didn't disclose to Bernice White that you represent Melissa Halpern.
I don't need to.
You don't need to? It's Legal Ethics 101. The law is black and white.
Jamie, practical lesson number 1. It's never black and white.
Helen somehow got it done.
So I can attend.
You can be there.
Great.
So, how's your first day going?
Seems everybody here is a killer. I ran into 2 former clients, so at least I'm making friends.
Did you read the brief?
Yeah, I think it's great. Is Rebecca really the one to argue? She's never even appeared before the appeals court. This is the SJC.
I wouldn't let her do it if I didn't believe in her. She's ready.
Hey.
Hey.
Eleanor and I were thinking, let's do a moot court tonight. We'll play the judges. That way you can practice on us, and we'll try to pick you apart.
Okay. This seemed like a good idea when I asked for this.
It was a good idea. It still is. The only thing to keep in mind is the Supreme Judicial Court. Don't let your passion get the best of you. The first thing they always look for is deference. If they're mistaken, just tell them how justified the mistake is. Then correct them.
Okay.
Hey, you stepped up for this because you know you're the lawyer for this job.
Right.
I am allowed to trick suspects. We have been through this before, Your Honor.
It goes beyond trickery, Your Honor. They kept interrogating her for 6 hours. Then after she's half delirious with fatigue and fear, they feed her this psychoamnesia crap about how she blocked out the crime. Then they tell her she can go home if she confesses. Then they tell her they got this phantom witness. They had her half believing maybe she did commit the crime. She knows she didn't commit. This went beyond coercion.
Trickery is constitutional.
You shouldn't even be arguing. You're a witness in what happened in that room.
Fine, recuse me. We can bring in somebody else.
My client was also represented by counsel, Your Honor.
No, your client repeatedly maintained you were not her lawyer.
Your Honor, the reason Bernice White was arrested was because the police believed her to be my client. They, in fact, arrested her in my office. So for the prosecution to now claim Miss White was not represented by counsel is blatant bad faith.
Wait a second. Did you represent her or not?
At that time, no.
So the prosecution is right. She wasn't represented at the time of the interrogation.
They got the wrong one here.
That's a jury question.
If this goes to a jury with a confession, she's gone. Juries think confessions are the truth, and they're not.
Was this interrogation videotaped?
Yes.
I want to see it. All of it, Miss Gamble. I'll watch the tape, then I'll make my ruling. The defendant stays in custody. We're adjourned.
I'll call you as soon as I hear anything.
Okay. Look, I'm still willing to play ball if she tells us where the girl is.
And we maintain the jury instructions were flawed, insofar as the judge failed to advise that lethal force may be justified even against unarmed victims when the defendant believes her life is in danger.
Did you submit your own jury instruction?
Yes, Your Honor. We timely submitted our proposed jury instructions, which Judge West rejected.
And what was your proposal on lethal force?
Referring the court to page.
You have to have it ready, Rebecca. You get 20 minutes tops.
You need to know the transcripts and pleadings. I can't feed them to you.
Okay.
You're raising a wheat violation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your client waived that.
That would be assuming Ms. Dole had the capacity to waive it.
Is there anything in the record that goes to her mental incapacity?
Yes, Your Honor, referring the court to...
You have to have it ready.
Okay!
You can't use that tone.
I know.
Is Jimmy still here?
No, actually.
Melissa, I thought we agreed it wasn't a good idea for you to come here.
I just wanted to know how things went today with the hearing.
Oh, the judge took it under advisement.
And if the confession is suppressed, Ms. White will be let go, right?
We hope so.
I called Jimmy at home. There was no answer. If he checks in, would you have him call me?
Sure.
Good night.
Night.
Sit. You ready?
I am so ready.
You really need to hammer prosecutorial misconduct.
I plan to.
Even if we win here and get a remand, it's not going to do Lindsay much good. At retrial, we'll be stuck with her former testimony, which means we can't really argue self-defense.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying we need to get a reversal with prejudice. Lindsay's best chance at freedom is with the SJC, not at a trial court. And the only way we get a reversal with prejudice is prosecutorial misconduct.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes. I know you're nervous. It's quite natural for you to be scared, intimidated. But what you need to remember, Rebecca, is there's a reason why we picked you. Your advocacy skills, your command of the law, your passion. We all believe in you. Lindsay does. Most of all. I do.
Thank you.
Off we go.
All rise. Be seated.
Stand up, Ms. Gamble. I watched that tape. And once again, I find myself disgusted by your tactics. Trickery and deceit may pass constitutional muster, but it gives you, this court, and the concept of honor a very black eye. I hear you complain all the time about the erosion of public trust, and yet your own behavior puts no value on it. Go stand in the corner.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me. Go in that corner and stand. Face in.
Your Honor, with all due respect to your authority in this room...
You'll feel the extent of that authority if you defy it, counsel.
I'm not about...
March yourself into that corner now, or you go to a jail cell. Mr. Berluti, your client was not represented by counsel at the time of this interrogation. She at no time asked for a lawyer, and however deceived, tired, and badgered she may have been, there is no indication that her statement wasn't voluntary. The confession, however putridly obtained, therefore stands. The defendant will stay in custody. We're adjourned.
I represent the real kidnapper.
This is ex parte.
It isn't Bernice White.
Get out of here.
If she goes to trial with a confession, she's gone.
You are one sentence away from the jail cell Helen Gamble almost got. This is ex parte. highly improper. I will disregard it in its entirety and ask for your bar card if you utter another syllable. Convince your other client to turn herself in if you want, but don't you dare come to me. Jimmy... Nothing. Go.
What?
I was about to say, on a more personal note, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm, okay.
May it please the court, my name is Rebecca Washington, and I represent the appellant Lindsay Dole in the matter of the Commonwealth versus Dole. You are in receipt of our appellate brief, and I would like to address the court on several issues outlined in that document. First, during trial, the Commonwealth referred to the fact that Ms. Dole initially chose to speak with lawyers instead of the police the night of the shooting. Ms. Dole, like any criminal defendant, had the constitutional right not to speak to the police, a constitutional right to confer with attorneys, and it was reversible error for Mr. Walsh to use the exercising of those rights as evidence against her.
Was an objection made on those grounds at trial?
Yes, Your Honor, Ms. Frutt objected.
Actually, she objected that the question sought privileged information, not that the question was unconstitutional.
Even if the objection was legally flawed, Mr. Walsh went further. He argued that Ms. Dole's decision to speak with her lawyers was, and I quote, consistent with the behavior of guilty people.
Ms. Frutt didn't object to that.
We maintain Judge West nevertheless should have struck the statement sua sponte. Moreover, Mr. Walsh made other errors. He argued that the shooting was part of a pattern, that my client and her husband were in the habit of killing clients.
Can't the prosecution use character evidence to impeach a defense witness?
Not if that evidence is overly prejudicial, and such character evidence, prejudicial or not, is inadmissible without prior notice. We never got that notice.
And where's your objection to that?
If you refer to the transcript, you'll see Ms. Frutt made a timely objection once Mr. Walsh introduced the evidence concerning Mr. Hinks.
I see an objection going to prejudice. I see nothing going to notice.
It was a general objection which, under Massachusetts law...
You agree there was sufficient evidence to convict your client?
We agree the evidence might have supported manslaughter, but not...
You don't deny she shot him?
No, we do not.
You just disagree with the verdict.
We maintain the trial was unfair, that the prosecutor committed multiple reversible errors.
Oh, did you ever move for a mistrial?
No, but under Massachusetts general law...
So basically you took your shot and you're here because you don't like the result.
I'm here because of something called the Fifth Amendment. I'm here because of something called the Sixth Amendment. Basic constitutional rights belonging to Lindsay Dole that the prosecutor blatantly trampled. We're not talking about subtle shades of gray where a civil liberty or two was encroached upon. He plowed over them with a tank. Mr. Walsh showed contempt for the Constitution. He had no regard for fundamental civil liberties, and I'm here today under the assumption that the seven of you do.
Lectures aren't generally effective.
And I wouldn't presume to lecture you. But I will use part of my time to enter indignation into the record because I think a lack of it is part of the problem. Police lie today, so do prosecutors, and it doesn't so much as raise a judicial eyebrow because it goes on all the time. Everybody's jaded. It doesn't shock anybody's conscience. And I'm here saying it should shock yours. This man wanted his verdict. He said, forget the Bill of Rights. And he's hoping you cop the same attitude. I am here hoping otherwise.
It's not my place to second guess you.
Then why are you about to?
Because you have violated so many ethical rules. The conflict of interest. You charge in to see a judge ex parte. Lucy tells me you even used to sleep with this judge.
I never said for her to tell you. I told her that.
You forget we have squeal laws. Technically, I'm obligated to report to the bar all of this.
Then why don't you do that?
I'm not looking to do that.
Then what do you want, Jamie?
Why are you being so mean to me?
Look, I made a mistake that resulted in a person being arrested for a crime she didn't commit. The likelihood is I can't undo that mistake. She's going to prison. I don't mean to be acting out against you, but, well, you're there. I'm sorry.
Trials need to be fair, not perfect. Even if some of my questions went too far, and I make no such concession. It was harmless error.
Oh, come on, Mr. Walsh. You raise another murder and linked a defendant to it?
As Your Honor correctly noted, we linked Bobby Donald to it. A witness. We have every right to impeach.
Well, you called it a pattern, and you also linked it to Lindsay Dole.
The jury was instructed that the lawyer's questions and arguments are not evidence.
Well, still, it's a little hard to unring a bell, isn't it?
Moreover, Miss Frutt didn't ask for any curative instructions. She didn't move for a mistrial. They're raising things here they effectively waived.
What about your introducing your own personal beliefs? In your opening, you said you wouldn't have shot the man.
If that was improper,
it was.
Then I would again ask, where's the harm? I think we can assume that the jury assumed going in I wouldn't have shot the man. My saying it hardly made much noise.
You think you took the high road here, Mr. Walsh?
The high road?
Yes.
My answer to that would be, murder trials are typically low roads. They get ugly. Often personal. Not that the doctrine of unclean hands is applicable, but let's look at some of the defense counsel's tactics.
Those aren't in issue here.
They are as a context to mine, and...
It would be a mistake to focus on defense conduct.
My actions did not cause Lindsay Dole to be convicted of murder. Her actions led to that result. She received a fair trial. She had an army of attorneys. She got a better defense than most defendants. The jury heard all the evidence. They were properly instructed, and they made their unanimous finding. Ms. Dole lost. And this court cannot disregard a verdict merely because it disagrees with it.
They'll assign a trial date. We go from there. Jamie will keep you updated on all the pretrial developments. You can call her or me anytime.
Okay.
We're not going to give up. I promise you that.
Why are you being so kind?
Because I know you're innocent.
And because you feel responsible? I know the real kidnapper's your client. I read the newspapers. Like you said, it's why I was arrested. Why can't you just tell the police who she is?
Because I can't. I'll do almost anything else, but I can't do that.
Yes, you can. You mean you won't?
I won't.
I'm gonna be convicted. We all know it. And you won't tell. That must be very hard to live with. Is it?
Has anybody seen Jamie?
She said something about an appointment.
Please let her know she's expected to check in with us. Eleanor, can I see you a second in my office? You know that I know you tried an excellent case.
But judging from the questions the Supreme Court put to Beck, they think there was inadequate counsel.
They were group mistakes.
No, they were mine. They were trial blunders.
The decisions
Bobby, I was at the SJC. I heard the questions. They were trial mistakes.
We're going to start preparing an appeal on ineffective assistance. It might be too late, but
we feel we need to try everything.
I don't disagree with your decision, Bobby. Anything else?
No.
Miss Halpern, may I speak to you? I won't take very long. First off, let me assure you I am not here at the request of Mr. Berluti. He'll probably want me fired when he finds out.
Then why are you here?
Well, I've been pretty much an observer on this case. But from my observations, I think it's only a matter of time.
Miss Stringer, if they haven't found me after 16 years, I hardly think...
I don't mean the police. I mean you. I think you're inching towards turning yourself in. Whether it's showing up in court, or coming to our office even when we tell you not to, even by seeking out the victims to give them money, you were putting something in motion.
I can't live in jail.
Obviously, you're having difficulty with the way things are now. And when Bernice White starts serving a 25-year to life term, you will never live with that. I'm not trying to talk you into anything. I'm only encouraging you to hurry to the place you're already headed for Bernice White's sake. And I guess your own.
Hey.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I just needed to get some signatures.
Signatures on what?
Actually, we were discussing a crime I committed 16 years ago.
It's a two-pronged test. First, we have to prove that our representation was measurably below that of an ordinary lawyer.
What's measurably?
It's like the definition on obscenity. They know it when they see it.
And the second prong?
But for our incompetence, Lindsay would have been acquitted.
Oh, that's going to be tough to prove.
Bobby, clerk's office, SJC.
Hello, this is Bobby Donner.
Why didn't they call me? Shh, shut yourself.
Yes. Uh-huh. Thank you. Based on Fifth and Sixth Amendment violations, Lindsay's conviction has been reversed. They've ordered a new trial. Thank you.
It wasn't everything we wanted.
But it's a chance. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I don't give a damn.
That isn't true.
Hey, gives me a chance to beat them twice. Truth be told, I hate that firm so much. Just the opportunity to stick it to them twice. Suddenly there's something to get juice for. They'll never win a retrial. You watch. They'll come crawling, looking to plead. Forget it. She's never getting out of prison. Never.
You sound a little rabid.
I know you like those people, Helen. I don't. They're the pricks in my side.
I think you mean thorns.
Helen, we went to your office. They said you were here. This is Melissa Halpern. She's the person who kidnapped Sally Burns' baby 16 years ago. It's over. You're free. The real kidnapper came forward. It'll be in the papers tomorrow.
Thank you. I didn't mean to usurp anybody.
You're an associate. You take the assignments we give you. You do not get creative. You do not go to clients behind our back.
I knew it was something Jimmy...
You don't make excuses when you know what you did was wrong.
I'm sorry. Oh, is that not the approved associate tone?
This isn't going to work if that's the attitude you're coming in with.
I knew that what I was doing was unconventional and risky. But I saw something in this woman, and I really thought I could help.
Next time, you check with us first.
Okay.
Square one. Forensics, psychiatrists, ballistics. We go through it like it's the first time.
What are you expecting to find?
Something. We have to have something new for the second trial.
Who's trying it?
Either outside counsel or Eugene. I haven't decided yet.
Are we switching theories?
I don't know. We can't go self-defense since the prior testimony comes in.
What else is there?
It's got to be straight insanity. There's nothing else.
What about the phone call when she sounded so calm?
Post-traumatic shock. Nobody's saying it's going to be easy, but insanity is all we got.
We have to pour through the transcripts. Every word. Somewhere there has to be something we can use. We've got our new trial. Now we have to win it.
Bobby, I know you don't want to hear this, but we need to consider a plea.
No.
We won't win this trial. With her prior testimony, they have a stronger case.
We're not pleading, Eugene. End of discussion. The assignment for everybody is to figure out a way to win. Straight not guilty.
Sally. This is Joey. Joey. Sally.
Hello? Hi. I'm good. And you?
I'm fine. Everyone agrees. I was last holdout, but I was finally won over. We should try to plead. Voluntary manslaughter. There's just too much evidence. Your threat that you'd shoot him hours before. He was unarmed, stationary. Your testimony from the first trial, it's too much. We'll lose. It'll likely be 8 years. Good behavior. You'll be out in 3. The alternative is life. We just can't risk that.
Has the prosecution agreed to it?
We plan to take it to them in the morning. They should go along.
3 years in prison.
It's the best result. I wish there were another way. We should plead, Lindsay.
Okay.
He has something to live for.
I love you, Gina.
MD's After the Bachelor, Wednesday on ABC.
What do you mean trial? Today?
If you can't plead it, which I highly recommend. The guy's got 2 priors.
Lewd and lascivious. What did he do?
Flash some teenagers. It's a dog. Look, if you don't want it...
Oh, no, I do. It's just, it's not much time to prepare.
Just dump it best you can. It's a court appointment.
6 months suspended is how it should go.
Right. Have you got the pleadings? Any pretrial motions, suppression hearings?
Bobby met the guy at arraignment. A trial date was set. You're up to speed.
Got it.
He's making us wait on purpose. He's having his fun.
How long's it been?
50 minutes. I'm giving him 10 more.
We can't leave.
I'm not sitting here all day, Bobby.
He'll be here.
Gentlemen. Sorry to keep you. I've reviewed your plea offer. It's rejected.
What? Why?
Why? Because your wife committed first-degree murder. The only thing that would impel me to plead down to manslaughter would be a perceived difficulty of prevailing at trial. I don't have such a perception. I feel confident the jury will reach the right result, as they did the first time. Accordingly, your offer is rejected. Anything else to discuss?
This was a manslaughter. You know it was a manslaughter, and you're an officer of the court.
Thank you, Eugene. I always value outside input. Would you like to know the particular value I place on yours?
Are you cocky, Kenneth? Maybe you need to review your track record against us.
Haven't got the time, but I'll tell you what. I'll go over the last matchup. You gonna take the stand again, Bobby? That went real well, didn't it? By the way, who's going to try it this time? Jimmy? Eugene? Eleanor was a good choice, wasn't she? Have a good day, boys.
What do we do now?
We prepare to try it. Jimmy, you and Beck, I want research. See if there's any grounds to suppress Lindsay's testimony.
How?
I don't know. Go through the transcript, see if Walsh made any allusion up front to Lindsay not talking to the police. Maybe we can argue she was coerced into testifying by the DA.
Bobby.
It's worth a shot. Eleanor, the victim was seeing a shrink. Maybe he told the shrink he planned to kill Lindsay. Privilege doesn't survive the patient.
I interviewed his therapist. It was a dead end.
Well, subpoena his records. Maybe there's something in his notes.
Bobby, the victim's state of mind isn't relevant.
You're thinking like a loser. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Look, obviously, whatever we come up with is going to be desperate. Eugene.
I'm interviewing potential experts on post-traumatic stress. Hopefully, we can find somebody to label her insane.
Good. Okay, we all have work to do. Let's go at it. Eleanor, can I talk to you a second?
Actually, I think I better get going on this research.
I was pissing. Pardon my Frenchiness, but that's what I was doing. I had a bladder infection.
And you didn't use the restroom because...
I couldn't get there fast enough. I swear I was not flashing those girls, though they totally wanted it.
Jamie Stringer.
Yes, hello.
I wasn't wanking.
Yes. Can we talk?
Sure.
3 months, we're happy.
How about 6 months, but we suspended?
Can't. Third offense. With a conviction, he could get a year. Does he know that?
He claims he's innocent.
Yeah, I just heard. And his eloquence gives me pause. But I'm still holding out for time.
Then I think we have a trial.
You were supposed to dump it.
What could I do? The client wanted his day in court.
He's gonna get his day in prison, Jamie. Lots of them.
He says he's innocent.
They all say they're innocent. Bobby's expecting you to be freed up to work on Lindsay's case.
It should be a one-day trial.
You were supposed to dump it.
Buy a girl a drink?
Come on, Helen, they're your friends.
Okay. Let's discount my friendship, your hatred, and just objectively look at what Lindsay did. It's manslaughter.
Your opinion, not mine.
Come on.
Woman vows to kill somebody. Shoots an unarmed man after saying, "See you in heaven." That's not a murder? I'm supposed to let her get away with this because she has a friend in our office.
Nobody's saying she should get away with it.
Did you read their brief to the SJC, Helen? It wasn't about the law or the merits as much as it was an attack on me. In open court, they attacked me.
Because prosecutorial misconduct was their best legal strategy, and you know that.
You know what I know? 25 years ago, there could have been a defense attorney on that stool drinking with me. End of the day, we were friends. And you know why? We were all in it for the same thing. We were players in a justice system. Fair representation. Somewhere along the line, it changed. The goal for defense attorneys became to beat it. Beat the rap. We can beat it. Let me tell you something, Helen. Lawyers like Bobby Donnell, they've destroyed the criminal justice system. They hide the truth, they intimidate witnesses, they offer lies in court. And in the process, they've destroyed people like me. And that's why I hate them. In order to have half a chance at getting a conviction, I have to compete with the same dirty tactics. They've sapped us of any dignity, along with the courts, and I hate them for it. We no longer go to work at an honorable place, Helen. And you should hate them too.
Okay, well, without disagreeing with all that, and I don't, my point is the facts of this case suggest manslaughter, not murder one.
You didn't hear a thing I just said.
Yes, I did, but
You know why Lindsay pumped that guy with 3 bullets? For the same reason my dog licks his balls, because he can. She's gotten so many guys off for crimes she knows they did, she figured she'd easily get herself off. She'd be able to beat it. And I saw the same cocksure look on their faces in the courtroom, Helen. They can beat it. Well, they're not gonna beat it. They may have the resources to swing 7 SOBs on the Supreme Court, but eventually it comes back to the jury, comes back to me, and I'm telling you, they're not gonna beat it.
how did you get like this?
Last week, you lied to a suspect in order to trick her into a confession. A false confession. There's a reason I'm hard to look at, Helen. You see yourself.
The Love Story continues this Wednesday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
After midnight.
I'm just about to go home.
What I said about you thinking like a loser, that just came out of frustration. You have to know I don't blame you.
I blame myself, Bobby.
Come on, we win trials, we lose trials, we excel, we don't excel. Sometimes
this was Lindsay.
We were waiting for a bus, and then we, saw him.
Him being?
Perv man.
Objection.
Sustained.
You saw the defendant?
Yes.
And what was he doing?
First, we saw him stare at us. Then we all kind of commented on it because we thought he was, a total creepo. Am I allowed to say that?
Then what?
Then, about 30 seconds later, I turn around, and he's got his fly down, and he's holding out his big unit, offering it to us like it's a Krispy Kreme. It was totally gross.
And could you see what he was doing with his...
He was just kind of wagging it for us. Like we were dogs or something and we wanted to play fetch. It was totally foul.
Thank you, Dina.
It must have been kind of shocking to see what you refer to as the big unit.
Yeah, it freaked us all out.
And how far away from you was Mr. Pender standing?
He was on the other side of the street.
Was it a busy street? Do you remember?
Fairly busy. It was around rush hour.
Lots of cars and so forth?
I guess.
And were you and the girls interested in looking at him?
Hello? No.
Well, how long did you look at him?
A few seconds at most. I'm so sure.
Okay. Thanks, Dina.
Donald Young, Dole, Fret, and Hatcher. What? Didn't you hear? Oh, no, I'm sorry, sir. We can't do that today. Perhaps another time? Okay, yeah, great. Thanks for your call.
Who was that?
Another wacko angry over the reversal. He asked if we could all shrivel up and die. We've been getting a lot of hate mail, too. People who think the conviction shouldn't have been overturned. Eleanor.
What?
This just came through the fax.
Who sent this?
I don't know.
likely moving forward at the time of impact. Their witness testified the victim was likely stationary. Look, I've got the transcript. I underlined it.
This isn't the same analyst who testified.
I called the lab. It was a junior guy. It's obviously a preliminary report, and probably Walsh had them redo it. The point is, we never got it, and it's exculpatory.
Eugene, talk to this Mr. Hallbrenner. Eleanor, I want you to start preparing a Rule 30. Who sent us this?
I don't know. Lucy found it in the fax.
Mr. Hallbrenner? Hi, I'm Eugene Young. I represent Lindsay Dole. I believe you investigated the murder for which she was charged.
Who told you that?
I'm not sure. Why? Is it supposed to be a secret?
Mr. Young, I'm quite busy. If you'd like to make an appointment, I'd be happy to give you whatever information I can.
I'm looking more for you to give me the information you can't.
Are we being cryptic now?
I'm sorry. Let me be more clear. Is this your report?
Where'd you get this?
The point is, I have it. Did you write it?
Yes.
Who'd you give it to?
I'm afraid you'll have to make an appointment, Mr. Young.
Did Kenneth Walsh get this report?
I don't know. I'm very busy. You'll have to excuse me.
I direct the court's attention to Rule 30 of the Massachusetts Criminal Law Code, which calls for a dismissal with prejudice of the indictment where there is egregious prosecutorial misconduct.
There's been no misconduct. Miss Frudd is simply...
I direct the court's attention to Exhibit 1 attached to our motion.
It's kitchen sink time.
This isn't a kitchen sink, Mr. Walsh. It is an internal memorandum which says the victim was likely moving towards Lindsay Dole.
First of all, that memorandum is incorrect. Second, it's work product.
It's exculpatory.
It's part of our internal investigation. It's work product. We have many lab analysts.
The report says the victim was likely moving forward.
But that was not the final conclusion of our analysts. This is not a fifth-grade math test. We don't have to show you our work. We have to give you our findings. That's our obligation under the rules, and that's what we did.
Your Honor, we would like to conduct an evidentiary hearing.
Of course you would. You'd like to drag this out into perpetuity, but the law does not allow...
This was exculpatory evidence. I object to his smugness. He had a duty to turn it over to us.
Not if it's work product.
At a minimum, we are entitled to a hearing.
Who do you want to question?
The analyst who authored the report. You will be stunned to learn he isn't volunteering his candor.
Of course not. He's probably worried you'll plan B him and accuse him of murder.
All right. I'm going to let you question this analyst, but turn it into a circus and I'll shut it down.
We're going to have a hearing?
Yes, we are, Mr. Walsh. Would that be all right?
Your Honor, since evidence will be presented, we'd like Miss Dole to be here.
10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
You gave them that report. Why didn't you at least have the integrity to be upfront about it?
Is that your style? To be upfront? The reason I did it anonymously, I'm one of your lieutenants. Notwithstanding a few skirmishes, a pretty loyal lieutenant. What would become of your reputation, not to mention your credibility in the courtroom, if one of your minions betrayed you? This wasn't about attacking you. It was about giving defense a document they're entitled to have. It's about following the rules, Ken. That's where I locate my integrity in all of this. Look, before you add me to a list of people that are out to get you, when I started here, I wanted to be you. That's how much I admired you.
I have never seen a person demolish a hamburger at 9:30 in the morning.
Once you do time, you'll understand.
Hey. How are you?
Good. Pardon the onions. Hi, Beck.
Hi.
Thanks for coming, Eugene.
You holding up?
Yeah. Getting out even for a day.
We ready?
All set. Eugene's taking the witness. I'll argue after.
You ready?
Yes.
I saw them standing there waiting for a bus or something.
And what were you doing at the time?
I was looking for a bookstore. I'm a voracious reader.
You were looking for a bookstore?
Yes, and then I noticed them. They were all smoking cigarettes. It was disgusting. Cigarettes are a leading cause of cancer and death. To see young people killing themselves, I couldn't stand it.
Did you have to go to the bathroom?
No. I exposed my swordsman because I had written on it, smoking causes death.
You had that written on...
Well, it's no secret, sex sells. I mean, advertisers use it all the time. I just figured the best way to put my message across was to put it on my penis.
Thank you, Mr. Pender.
You told the police you were urinating.
Well, I didn't want to tip my defense.
I see. You were arrested twice before for exposing yourself, were you not, Mr. Pender?
Yes, both examples of blaming the messenger.
Oh, you had things written on your penis on those occasions?
Yes, I did. The first time I was protesting world hunger, and the second one was during the election. It said gore. I think the police mistook it for a verb.
You humiliated me.
Hey, it's my life. I'm the one looking at jail here.
Well, why didn't you tell me what you planned to say?
I didn't know. I just decided to call an audible on the line. You know, the thought of you arguing that it was a bad traffic day didn't make me swiggle with confidence.
You listen to me. I graduated high school in 3 years. I graduated Yale with honors. I made law review at Harvard. I excel at everything I do. I'm even pretty. I will not have you wreck my law career by making me look bad in court. I'm supposed to get up in court now and blame it on big tobacco? You suck!
I'm not bringing you any more of my business.
We disagree internally all the time. It's called debate.
Yes, but your expert opinion was that Lawrence O'Malley was likely moving forward.
That was my initial conclusion. Upon consultation with other analysts, I changed my position. He was likely stationary.
Did you issue another report?
No.
In fact, this letter is your only recorded finding, isn't it, Mr. Hallbrunner?
Yes.
So when you changed your position, you didn't issue a new report?
No, the case was taken over by my supervisor.
Your supervisor? That would be Joshua Illich?
Correct.
So he took over the case, issued another report saying that the victim was likely stationary?
Correct.
And it was Mr. Illich who testified at trial?
Correct.
While they kept you in a back room out of sight?
Objection. Sustained.
Mr. Hallbrunner, after you issued your report, did anybody ask you to change your mind?
People argue their points of view in order to get people to change their minds. That happened here. Nobody forced me.
People argued their points of view. You mean other analysts?
Correct.
Did Mr. Walsh ever argue his point of view to you?
Yes.
So he read your report?
Yes.
And he disagreed with it?
Yes.
Did he ask you to alter your findings?
He disagreed with my report.
That wasn't my question, Mr. Hallbrunner. Did he ask you to alter your findings?
Yes.
And your response?
I refused.
And at that point, your supervisor took over the case, and a subsequent report was issued contradicting your findings. Is that what happened, Mr. Hallbrunner?
Something like that.
Thank you, Mr. Hallbrunner.
You said I asked you to reissue a report. Did I force you to?
No.
And was I the only one who disagreed with your findings?
No.
Other analysts looked at the same evidence you did and reached a different conclusion. Am I right?
You are.
In fact, 3 analysts senior to you. Isn't that right?
It is.
More experienced analysts?
Yes.
In fact, the consensus of your department was that Mr. O'Malley was likely standing in a stationary position at the time Lindsay Dole shot him 3 times. Wasn't that the consensus?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Hallbrenner. That's all I have.
The witness may step down. Mr. Walsh, if you have anything to say, I'll hear it now. Then I'll give defense an opportunity to sum up as well.
Thank you, Your Honor. As I said earlier, this was a preliminary internal memorandum, which clearly falls within the definition of work product. It wasn't evidence. Certainly, we are required to share with defense our findings, but not our thinking or consultations, which lead to those findings. Mr. Hallbrenner's report represents a minority point of view, which we deem neither accurate nor relevant to our prosecution. It was not relied on. It was not a factor. Moreover, Your Honor, even should you find that we should have turned this preliminary report over, what's the harm? This case never turned on whether or not the victim was moving forward. Lindsay Dole never maintained the victim was coming towards her. In their testimony, in their statements to the police, Lindsay and Bobby Donnell never even suggested that the victim was coming towards her. They didn't argue self-defense. They alleged battered woman syndrome. The victim's position or forward movement has nothing to do with that defense, nor did they ever suggest it did. What we have here is a desperate ploy from a convicted murderer who finds herself all out of appeals. It's nonsense. It's an insult to this court, to our system of criminal justice, and Your Honor shouldn't indulge it further. Thank you.
He had in his hands a report that was exculpatory. He had a duty to give it to us. He didn't. That is black and white prosecutorial misconduct. We were forced to defend our entire case without knowing the crime lab findings were in dispute as to whether the victim was standing still. That dispute was kept from us. Nobody can make an argument that that wasn't relevant. Now, Mr. Walsh has the temerity to actually argue that the victim's forward movement or lack of it was a non-issue, when all through the trial, he hammered it. He put up witnesses to say that Mr. O'Malley was stationary. In his closing, he said it over and over and over again. Look at the transcript. He was not moving towards her, never made a movement, standing still. He repeated it. He drove it home as the linchpin of his case, and he stands before you today as a bald-faced liar saying that it was a non-issue. Well, it wouldn't have been a non-issue to the jury. This man has systematically committed prejudicial misconduct in this case during discovery, during the trial, and it constitutes a gross and egregious violation of Rule 30, and we ask the court to dismiss this indictment with prejudice, or in the alternative, to strike the record of the first trial, the entire record, including all testimony.
There's no authority for that.
Our argument to the jury would have changed had we known the existence of this report. Lindsay Dole was prejudiced by Mr. Walsh's non-disclosure. That prejudice can only be cured by the court's expunging of the first trial in its entirety.
Your Honor,
I am not finished.
You're both finished. It's in my yard now. I'll take this under advisement. I'll call you this afternoon when I reach my decision. We're adjourned.
How did it even get this far?
Because he wanted his day in court. He told me he was urinating. He never said it was an anti-smoking campaign. What do I do?
What do? You argue it.
Argue it?
Yes, he says he's a political activist. You have no proof he isn't. You argue it. You play the hand you're dealt, Jamie. Now get in there and close.
Right. Right.
Hey, I told you to dump it.
What, are you stalking me?
Kinda early, isn't it?
It's after lunch. How'd I do?
Well, I thought you did a good job. But so did Eleanor. If he expunges the first trial, you have to plea.
I'll drive off that bridge when I come to it. It wasn't my paranoia, Helen. You heard her. She attacked me. She called me a liar. There was an attack. And the papers will print what she said, and my kids will have to read it.
Again, it's legal strategy. But when this is over, you really need to take a long walk and ask yourself what you did to incur the attack. Hey, some of the stuff I've been doing, I'll take the walk with you.
I don't think we need to waste any more of your time here. 3 witnesses saw the defendant expose and grope his genitalia in a lewd and lascivious manner. Their testimony stands uncontroverted, unblemished for that matter. Mr. Pender has twice before been arrested and convicted for this very obscene behavior. To the police, he says he was urinating. Then on the stand, he suddenly claims that he was trying to dissuade these 3 women from smoking. Obviously, he doesn't take this seriously. I think we need to impress upon him that we do.
Free speech is something that we hold dear in the United States of America. We don't punish somebody for exercising their First Amendment right simply because we don't like the way the message was delivered. Political protest in this country has often been shocking, provocative, even offensive. It's to get attention. Whether it's nudity or burning draft cards, the American flag. Dissidents have historically chosen antagonistic methods to convey political beliefs that they consider precious and... Oh! Your Honor!
Bailiff, get that man's pants on. Get his pants on now.
Save the rainforest? It was written right across.
So what happened?
Well, the judge called a mistrial, then set the retrial for next July, then held him with no bail, which means effectively he got 10 months of time. I offered to plead out at 6 months. The DA said okay.
That was good. Good decision.
But the client won't sign off.
What?
He wants to appeal.
Jamie, you make him sign off. You go back there right now, you get tough with him, and you make him sign off. Now go.
Nothing from the clerk's office?
He's still in chambers.
It's almost 3:30.
Which means he's really considering. We have a chance. Eleanor? I thought you nailed it in there. Seriously.
I want to appeal.
You need to appeal to a shrink. You ruined my first closing argument.
I was trying for a mistrial, which I got.
Yes, but you weren't counting on no bail, were you, Mr. Free Speech? 6 months is the deal.
He can't deny bail. I haven't been proven guilty.
He can. He did. You want to write your congressman? Fine. But since you can't deliver the message personally, you might want to consider stationary. Take the 6 months and be done with it.
He's coming in.
Judges always hate it when they're asked to consider the big picture. It usually means that justice in the short run has to take a beating. Here, the big picture is the integrity of the judicial process. It's a truism that any system can only be as dignified as its players, which means for criminal justice, the truth is indeed ugly. Defense attorneys long ago began slithering under the bar. Prosecutors soon followed. By now, we've come to expect it. But, Mr. Walsh, that doesn't mean we must always bring ourselves to accept it. The Supreme Judicial Court has found that you willfully violated Ms. Dole's Fifth Amendment rights, that you willfully violated her Sixth Amendment rights. And now, we learn that you had an exculpatory report in your hand, which you were duty-bound to reveal, and you squashed it. That other prosecutors might do this only further persuades me that the big picture needs adjusting. I find your misconduct to be deliberate, egregious, and outrageous. I am granting defense counsel's Rule 30 motion for post-conviction relief. I am dismissing the indictment with prejudice. The defendant is to be released immediately. We're adjourned.
I can't believe it. What happened? It's over.
I want to go home. Take me home.
It's a sad but all too familiar comment on our society where, in the end, money talks. Money. Enron, Tyco, WorldCom, the corruption of greed. People use our courts today. The Lord is my shepherd. I won't walk in the shadow of the valley of money. I stand tall today. I'll sleep tonight. People can kill, murder, get off on a technicality, but God forbid the murderer's civil rights. The Lord will be my truth. If Lindsay Dole had been a black welfare prostitute from Roxbury, you think we'd be here? Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. But justice didn't sing today. Justice doesn't sing in these halls anymore. Justice has gone mute.
Obviously, on the practice.
I've reviewed your plea offer. It's rejected.
Why?
Because your wife committed first-degree murder.
This just came through the facts.
It is an internal memorandum which says the victim was likely moving towards Lindsay Dole.
It's work product.
It's exculpatory.
It's part of our internal investigation. It's work product. You gave them that report.
It was about giving defense a document they're entitled to have.
Why didn't you at least have the integrity to be upfront about it?
Before you add me to a list of people that are out to get you, when I started here, I wanted to be you.
I find your misconduct to be deliberate, egregious, and outrageous. I am dismissing the indictment with prejudice. The defendant is to be released immediately.
Take me home.
Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
I certainly don't want to force their hand, but
let's go. Sorry to keep you.
Listen, for many reasons, we feel strongly, we should plead guilty to manslaughter.
What? Roland, they have a strong case. Our defense, our entire defense, is predicated on religious freedom, which, at this moment in time, has become one of our less precious civil liberties. If you read the newspapers,
We don't.
Well, if you would, you'd get a pretty good gauge on the public's reaction.
We don't care what the public thinks.
To the extent it reflects the attitude of your peers, you need to care. 12 members of the public will be sitting in that jury box. The layperson is outraged that you didn't take your son to a hospital. John Q has no use for Christian Science other than to train his dog with your newspaper. Roland, you picked a bad time to let somebody die in the name of a god. And it is our united view that if we push this to trial, both of you could go to prison for life.
You're both decent people. We don't question you. We know you did what you believed would save Peter. But you will lose at trial. We need to take the deal.
Okay.
The public's not going to be happy with the plea, I tell you that. It's pound of flesh time.
You think the public's gonna be disappointed? Try Helen. She's been biting the furniture getting ready for this one.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
I thought you weren't coming back.
So soon?
Well, hi.
Hi, Jamie Stringer. I'm a big fan of yours. I'm so totally at your desk. Let me move. Congratulations on being cleared. It was so overdue.
Actually, I wasn't cleared. I got out on a technicality, but thank you.
I am so totally at your desk.
What the? Pat, are you all right?
If you want something, go around.
First of all, what's going on? Are you leaving?
I'm done. Retiring.
You're retiring?
I can't make the rent. I'm being evicted.
Did you throw this?
That's mine.
Yeah, it came through our window.
I must have overshot the box.
Overshot it?
It sailed halfway into our office.
Sorry.
And the plea of manslaughter is acceptable to the Commonwealth?
Yes, Your Honor, with a joint recommendation for a 6-year sentence starting immediately upon the entering of the verdicts.
Mr. and Mrs. Hubert, please rise. Mr. Hubert, do you understand that you are pleading guilty to the charge of voluntary manslaughter?
Yes, Your Honor.
And by doing so, you are acknowledging guilt and criminal responsibility for the death of your son. Mr. Hubert, I asked you a question. Do you acknowledge your guilt and responsibility in the death of your son?
God took my son, Your Honor. We did everything we could to save him.
If that's how you feel, why, sir, are you pleading guilty?
Because counsel has advised us to.
Mrs. Hubert, do you also maintain your innocence?
Yes, Your Honor.
The plea bargain is rejected. Trial will begin tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. We are adjourned.
Chambers, Your Honor.
Do you dare?
Chambers. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
A client can choose to plead guilty even while maintaining innocence.
Not with me, he can't.
Oh, come on. 90% of all pleas are based on an analysis of winning percentages. They have nothing to do with actual merits.
I don't accept guilty pleas from people claiming innocence. To do so would be a farce.
Our clients have a right to negotiate down from a murder 2 conviction. Every defendant has that right.
Eugene, I realize that 9 out of 10 judges would go along, but I don't. If somebody says they're innocent, I don't let them come stand in my courtroom and declare guilt for the purpose of improving disposition. It's a mockery. The trial starts tomorrow. Try to get over your disappointment, Helen.
Of course you're happy. Plea bargains suck. It's like a tie game. Nobody wins. The Japanese, they don't believe in compromise. No such thing as win-win for the Japs. There can be no victory unless the other guy loses.
You know, that sounds racist.
Oh, come on. Isn't that some hypocrisy? It's okay to call Jewish women Japs, but we can't call Japs Japs?
Well, it's not okay to refer to Jewish women as Japs. And I'm becoming increasingly concerned about you.
Is that why you're here? To tell me that you're worried?
Actually, no. I'm worried about Mrs. Hubert's unborn child. She had a contraction in the courtroom today. She's almost 8 months. Her first child was born a month early. There were complications. They didn't go to the hospital. Little boy almost died of asphyxiation.
You know this how?
Well, I learned it during my investigation. Is there a way we can protect this fetus?
We have no jurisdiction over an unborn.
What about social services?
They don't have it either. It's been tried. You can thank your women's rights groups for that.
We've prosecuted women for killing their unborn fetuses, so can't we make the argument if a fetus is a person for the purpose of charging murder?
It won't fly.
I need you to think of something. That baby could be in danger.
Try a Section 12. You put a hold on the mother on psychiatric grounds. You put an end around the Constitution. The courts are much more predisposed to say yes there, especially if you have the right judge. I'll do it.
What do you mean you'll do it?
I mean I'll do it. It's a bit of a sell. It'll mean more if the divisional chief himself appears in court.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
Well, I think you might be leaping at the chance to take on this firm again. After losing Lindsay Dole...
Nonsense. I'm driven by the merits of the case. It's time we start protecting the unborn children. This is a person. 8 months. It's viable. It's a life. And to say it doesn't have any vested rights because it hasn't been delivered, all the while the delivery itself is being jeopardized. It's insane. This case is ripe. It's important. It needs to be made forcefully and publicly. I'll do it.
This is not a stunt.
Come on, Helen. You take her into custody. How does that not prejudice the jury?
The jury is sequestered, Buttnuts. They won't have to know.
Mr. Walsh.
Did he call me Buttnuts?
Look, we have a viable baby in potential danger. The law is clear. They cannot assert their religious rights.
Where's the danger?
Premature delivery like her last child who almost died from having an umbilical cord.
That hardly gives you grounds.
These wackos won't go to doctors.
Mr. Walsh, that is quite enough.
Your Honor, it makes the most sense to simply delay the criminal trial until after she gives birth. That way...
It makes no sense to do that, given there's no basis to take Wendy Hubert into custody.
Section 12, Chapter 123. Read the law. Are you against that on principle?
You're going to lecture me on rules?
Both of you, shut up. There will be no further delay of this trial. We start this morning. Mr. Walsh, if you think you can make a Section 12 showing, you're going to have to take it before another judge. I want the proceedings sealed. If you get your order, come back to me and I'll figure out a way to impose it without prejudicing the trial. Do any public yapping, and I will declare a mistrial and hold you in contempt. It would be a mistake to regard that as judicial bluster.
This is ridiculous.
Eugene, a child's life is in danger.
That child's not in danger, Helen. This has nothing to do
What
with
are you,
that
a doctor
child.
now? I've heard enough. Into court. Let's go.
All right, I'm on my way. Walsh is going to a separate court to get Wendy held on a Section 12.
What?
How?
It's a ploy to get her in custody until the baby's born. Jamie, I need some research. You're coming with me.
Excellent.
Bring your computer, make sure it's charged. We'll get on Westlaw in the cab.
Right.
Come on. Start with Section 12, Chapter 123, Emergency Restraint of Dangerous Persons. Lindsay, what are you doing?
Just sitting. I got good at it in prison.
Is everything okay?
Fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Come on.
There's a huge adjustment to being on the outside again.
She's been in jail a month, Jamie.
I'm just saying.
Get on the computer.
Right.
The official cause of death was adult respiratory distress syndrome, ARDS for short. Although this was a child, the diagnosis is the same. It was brought on by the hantavirus.
Doctor, could you explain this hantavirus to the jury?
Basically, it's a virus found in rodents, which when exposed to humans can attack the lungs.
How are humans exposed?
Most of the time, through the saliva, urine, or feces of the rodent. If Peter had touched a dead mouse or a dead rat, that could have done it. Or he could have simply inhaled dust that contained dried rodent urine or feces. We don't know exactly how he was exposed.
But you're sure he was?
Absolutely. The autopsy concluded that was the cause of death.
Doctor, would he have had any symptoms?
Acute. They would have started flu-like. Fever, coughing, headaches, then progressively gotten worse. Muscle aches, breathing problems, lungs filling with fluid. This boy was in a lot of distress and died a very painful death.
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Doctor, is there medical treatment that could have saved Peter?
Oxygen therapy, antiviral drugs, fluids. If he'd been taken to a doctor immediately, he wouldn't be dead.
Objection.
In my opinion.
I'll allow it.
Thank you. That's all.
So, medical care could have saved this boy's life. You can state that to a medical certainty?
Probability.
Probability. How probable, doctor?
I can state it to a substantial likelihood.
Really? You must be quite a doctor. Do you mean if Peter Hubert had come to you personally?
This is badgering.
I apologize. How many diagnosed cases have there been of the hantavirus in the last 10 years, doctor?
Since 1993, we've had 326 diagnosed.
Of those cases, how many have died?
122.
122. Of those 122 cases, how many have sought medical help?
Most.
Most. And yet 122 people have died. Doctor, isn't it possible Peter Hubert also might have died, even if he had gotten medical attention?
Possible, but with early...
Thank you, doctor. You answered my question.
There is ample authority for the Commonwealth to hold a pregnant mother.
I didn't ask you for authority. I said, tell me why she's a nutcase.
I would submit, Your Honor, any woman who exposes her child to danger, potentially fatal danger, the benign assessment would be nutcase.
No, he's saying there is a presumption of psychiatric infirmity for any Christian Scientist.
I am not saying that.
You most certainly are.
Don't be putting statements into my mouth. I certainly am capable of spewing my own nonsense. Your Honor, this woman is currently on trial for murder. I don't think it's presumptive of me to have doubts.
Yes, it is, counsel. She hasn't been convicted. The presumption, then, is one of innocence. Remember that one?
That would be her constitutional right. I am before you today on the rights of the child. There is no burden on the court when weighing the best interest of the child to constitutionally safeguard the mother. Are we supposed to let this baby die and then say, hey, but at least we didn't trample the civil liberties of Mommy Dearest? That's crap, and I'll say so.
Nobody is saying forget about the child. We are just asking, how is it in danger?
By being in the womb of a woman who won't get medical help. Her last delivery almost resulted in death. He survived only to die 3 years later from the fumes of a dead rat, which this mother didn't do a damn thing about. She has a history of complications at birth. She's having contractions. She has a history of doing nothing when her kids are facing life-threatening dangers.
You guys, could you come with me a second?
Lindsay, what's going on?
Oh, I just got this table out of storage. I just thought I'd sit here while I get used to being back. I'm kind of enjoying the quiet.
Oh.
Okay.
He looked terrible. He would get dizzy. He would vomit. He had excruciating headaches.
How often did you have occasion to see Peter Hubert?
At first, I saw him a lot. I was an invited guest. Wendy and I were good friends.
Your next-door neighbors?
Yes. But the more I implored her to take the child to the hospital, the more estranged we became, to the point where I wasn't invited.
At what point during his illness did this estrangement take place?
It was building. But when I called the ambulance myself, that was pretty much it. I wasn't invited into the house anymore.
You called an ambulance?
Yes. I couldn't take it. He looked like he was going to die.
Did an ambulance come?
Yes. And they sent him away saying that it was a false alarm. About 2 weeks after that, Peter did die.
During the course of Peter's illness, did you witness his parents doing anything about it?
They would pray. Lots and lots of praying.
Just the two of them?
No, sometimes people would come over, group prayings.
And during the illness, did it ever appear Peter's condition was improving?
A couple of times, the symptoms seemed to subside, but then they would return.
So they prayed, and things at least temporarily got better. That happened, what, once or twice?
Well, I don't think they really did get better.
It just seemed so.
Yes.
You were good friends with Wendy Hubert?
Yes.
Was she a loving mother?
I thought so, yes.
At any time, did you ever question her love for Peter?
No.
Did you ever have occasion to question Roland's love for his son?
No.
As you observed them praying and praying and praying for their son's recovery, you regarded these prayers as heartfelt?
Of course.
After Peter's passing, did you ever have occasion to meet with the Huberts?
Yes, I went to them with my sympathy.
So you had an opportunity to observe their reaction to Peter's death?
I saw them after, like I said.
How would you describe their reaction to Peter's death?
They were devastated. What parent wouldn't be?
Thank you, Miss Aston.
I've never seen Swackheim deliberate this long over a decision. Truth is, I never figured he gave any thought at all to his rulings. I thought he just flipped a coin, the lazy hack.
Why did you come after me with all the personal attacks in the Dole case, Eleanor? I want to know.
Part of it was strategy. Part of it was your antics truly offended me. Don't you regard your behavior toward me as slightly vicious?
Maybe. I went to see a shrink. You know what he told me? I could be sexually frustrated. Why is it shrinks are all Freudian, sex-obsessed, depraved perverts? They think everything is sex.
How often you get laid? Big bone girl? Can't be too often. You, on the other hand, you probably rent rooms by the hour. Little tramps coming out of law school these days. Look at you. Cherubic little sperm magnet.
Did you just call me cherubic?
Jamie.
He had a fever, but he'd had fevers in the past. Our course of treatment had always been prayer, cold compacts. These treatments had proved to be successful in the past.
When you say many...
5, 6, over his 3 years. He also had strep before, conjunctivitis, many illnesses, which we treated successfully with prayer. We thought we would be successful here.
But, Mr. Hubert, when Peter started having trouble breathing...
We responded with more intensive treatment.
Which was?
Prayer. This is our faith, Mr. Donald.
I understand, but Mr. Hubert, a lot of people are wondering how a father could just let his son die.
I didn't just let him die. My wife and I did everything we could to help him heal. We did what we believed would help him get better. We did not sit idly. We did not let my son die.
Why not pray in the waiting room while a doctor treated your son?
Because taking him for medical treatment would not, in our view, heal him, and we wanted him to recover.
I'm asking hard questions, sir, because this jury would like to know how any loving father could just turn his back on medical assistance which has been proven to work.
Every one of us draws the line somewhere. Most people think artificial life-saving devices go too far, and they execute living wills to prohibit them. 60 years ago, people considered transplanting organs to be ungodly and perverse. Now the line has moved. People are okay with it today. Today, stem cell research is considered horrific. Totally against God and humanity, but as the arguments are made, how it can save lives, well, the line of acceptability is about to move again. Likelihood is people will eventually embrace some form of human cloning. Because as long as there is a life to be saved, how can you say no to it? Well, Christian scientists are simply unwilling to move the line. Unwilling to adjust our faith to keep up with the times. There will always be new medicines, new technologies, new devices and inventions. That doesn't change the fact that we consider this world to be a spiritual one, and that both sin and illness can only be overcome by spiritual power. And since I believe divine healing to be my son's best chance at survival, I felt the most reasonable thing that I could do was turn to it.
So while many of us draw the line at stem cell research and cloning, you draw it at 106 temperature. Mr. Hubert, did you go to an ophthalmologist to get your glasses?
We don't consider that medicine.
According to my records, you also visited a dentist last summer.
Again, we consider that aid, not medicine.
In fact, you went during your son's illness.
My faith allows for aid from a dentist. It doesn't medical treatment. I explain that, and I object to the ridicule.
Do you think I came here today to ridicule you? You think there's a judge up there, a jury over here, all gathered to ridicule you, sir? This is a murder trial, Mr. Hubert. A boy is dead.
My boy.
You say that as if you were his parent.
I was his parent.
And you think it's prejudice to hold parenting up to the standards of reasonableness. Because that's what this is about, Mr. Hubert. I don't care what God you believe in. You were vested with the care of a very sick 3-year-old little boy, and you let him die.
I did not.
Objection.
Yes, you did.
Objection!
Withdrawn. Who gave you the right to exalt religion here at the expense?
You find that in the Constitution,
And
Counsel.
does one have to read the Constitution in order to be protected by it? What about the 3-year-olds who cannot sound out the words yet? Did Peter have any rights, Mr. Hubert?
Peter understood the basic principles of our faith.
Is it your testimony that your son made an informed, competent decision not to go to the hospital as he lay dying in agony?
Obviously, I made the choice.
Yes, you made it. And what part of the Constitution
I
were
was
you...
his guardian.
Yes, you were his guardian, Mr. Hubert. For God's sakes, you were his guardian, and you simply let him die.
I did not.
Oh, right. You prayed. Here's a flash, Mr. Hubert. We all pray.
I haven't seen any evidence that Mrs. Hubert is a dangerous person, other than Mr. Walsh's assumption that she's guilty of the charges for which she hasn't yet been convicted. The Commonwealth's petition is denied.
Just like that?
What do you want, a preamble?
Could I be heard, Your Honor? Every day on my job, I battle civil rights activists who bemoan the erosion of the Fourth Amendment, who fight for the murderer's right to counsel. You know what I'm talking about. All those liberal pufferfish who are protesting the death penalty while they cling to a woman's right to have an abortion like it's an inalienable American right, and I'm sick of it. Who the hell is sticking up for this unborn person? He's 8 months old. He's viable. And yet we say he doesn't exist for the purpose of being protected because he hasn't passed through the Great Vaginal Gateway like it's the Holland Tunnel. Where in God's name are all the pro-lifers today sticking up for this little life? Why is this room empty, I ask?
Because the proceeding is sealed. Anything else?
We fight for the rights of the accused, the right to abort, the right to exercise religion and free speech, but we don't fight for human life? We're like little bugs, ants, cockroaches. We're no better than the little vermin running around on our kitchen floor. We should just wipe the earth clean of mankind.
Motion to rid mankind denied. We're adjourned.
Kenneth, clearly I don't like you. But I have always considered you a legal talent and an extremely formidable foe. But now, Kenneth, you need to get some help. You're rambling on like an evangelist on coke, whether it's a vacation.
Are you sexually attracted to me?
No, I'm not.
I didn't think so. But the shrink threw it out, so I thought I'd ask. Women never are, you know, attracted to me. See sperm magnet over there? Not in my wildest dreams.
Kenneth, you need to take a break.
Maybe I am tired. I seem to be tired a lot. I'm tired.
All set?
Bobby, I want to start my own practice.
Excuse me?
I can rent this office, take little cases.
Lindsay.
I'm not ready to just jump back in, Bobby. I don't know when I will be. And this is a way for me to take baby steps.
Start a new practice in this room?
I can take little collection cases, contract disputes, fight parking tickets. I can even be my own secretary. I can use your library. Lucy can help me with pleadings from time to time. I like the quiet here.
Let's not think for a second this isn't about freedom of religion. There's not even a suggestion that Roland and Wendy Hubert didn't believe prayer was capable of healing their son. It had in the past. It had cured Peter in the past, and they believed it would do so here. They are on trial because the prosecution considers that belief, that religious belief, to be unreasonable. And you know what? So do I. My kid, he goes to the hospital, but that's me, my right. Mr. and Mrs. Hubert have their rights. Problem is, they picked the wrong time in the world to exercise them. See, the American people have no tolerance right now for somebody dying in the name of a god from an unpopular religion. And that's exactly why this case is important. But not just to the Huberts, to all of us. Every legal scholar across this country today is united in one common sentiment. We are one terrorist attack away from kissing the Constitution goodbye. Now, this case isn't about terrorism. Of course not. But it is one affected by it. Because our civil rights, including and especially freedom of religion, are becoming endangered species. This trial would have never happened before September 11th. Never. They can't even show how medical help would have saved Peter Hubert. He caught a deadly virus that is fatal much of the time, medical care or not. How? Huh? How can you charge a couple with murder for not calling a doctor when the strong possibility is calling that doctor would have made no difference? They have no case. But here we are, just the same. Why? Because the public is angry. Somebody died, seemingly for somebody else's God, and we sure as hell don't go for that, do we? Don't you dare think this isn't a referendum on Christian Science. Don't you dare believe freedom of religion isn't in play here. These people aren't murderers. They're loving parents. Even the prosecution's own witness told you that. And Mr. Hubert's testimony about the medical perversities such as transplants, stem cell research, cloning, it's all true. Doctors playing God. Well, as human beings, we all implore, let God be God. Well, that's what Wendy and Roland were trying to do here. They were attempting to save their child by letting God be God.
If they succeed in making this about freedom of religion, they win. Because we're all for the First Amendment, aren't we? One person's faith is no more right than the next guy's. If I have the burden of condemning Christian Science, then the prosecution loses, as it should. But this case has nothing to do with religion. This case is about parenting. Something we very much hold up to the standards of reasonableness, not to mention decency. This case is about a little boy who got sick, first with a burning fever, then muscle pain, nausea, perhaps delirium. This is about a child whose lungs filled up with fluid to the point where he could no longer breathe, to the point of death, all under the watch of those two people, his parents. A neighbor heard the screams, called an ambulance. They sent the paramedics away. The expert evidence here, which stands uncontradicted, is that Peter Hubert likely would have been saved had he gotten medical attention. So we don't need to dignify defense counsel's ridiculous claim that what they did, what they didn't do, made no difference. You can believe in whatever God you want. Worship the way you like. But when you have a child, when you bring a child into this world, you have a duty. You owe that child. When you see him dying a painful death in front of you, you have a duty to get that child medical attention. You cannot ignore that obligation by cloaking yourself in some religious freedom. I'm offended by Mr. Young's trading on terrorism, on our fears over our changing world. I assure you, I prosecuted murderers before September 11th, and I continue to do so after. If you're looking to draw any connection, what happened September 11th, what happened to Peter Hubert? Both were crimes against the very core of humanity. A little boy died. He suffered because his parents wouldn't call a doctor. That's why we're here. That is the only reason we are here.
So now...
We wait. They'll deliberate to 5 o'clock. If they haven't reached a verdict, they'll suspend till tomorrow.
Oh.
Wendy?
Oh. Remember I said this baby wasn't gonna wait?
Now?
Not this second, but today.
Okay, maybe we should get the paramedics. Is that okay?
Yeah, to take her home, yes. We have a midwife. I'll call her. She can meet us there.
Oh.
Don't you like it?
Well, yes, but the personal stuff is usually left off the door.
I'll take it off eventually. But I want the people who hire me to get the idea. I'm not going to be here late or on call at home. They see Mother. It makes a point.
Yes, it does.
How'd it go?
I'll know soon. How about you?
I lost. Well, you know Swackheim. Lazy, fat. Listen, I'm taking some time. Go away, get some rest. I'm just gonna take some time.
How much?
Oh, I don't know. Until I get better.
You will get better. You've just been overworked, overtired.
Yeah. Helen, I'm sorry.
Just get yourself well. Whatever it takes.
Oh, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Well, verdict is still out on me, but yours just came in.
You're doing fine. You're doing great.
Can they read the verdict without them present?
They'll have to.
Madam Foreperson, has the jury reached a unanimous verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Almost. Keep going.
There's a couple more, honey.
Okay. In the matter of Commonwealth versus Roland Hubert and Wendy Hubert, on count 1, murder in the 2nd degree against Roland Hubert, we find the defendant, Roland Hubert, guilty. On count 2, murder in the 2nd degree against Wendy Hubert, we find the defendant, Wendy Hubert, guilty.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, he's beautiful. Here he is.
Arrest warrants are issued for Mr. and Mrs. Hubert.
Your Honor, can we be allowed to surrender them?
I'm sorry. Post-conviction, I can't give you that courtesy. Members of the jury, thank you for your service. This matter is adjourned.
Give me a 15-minute head start.
Okay.
She had a boy.
Let's go.
They'll take Wendy to a medical facility. By law, they have to at least for a day.
What about my son?
Social services is on their way. They take custody initially till we figure things out.
Why can't he come with us?
I'll make sure he's okay, Wendy. Don't you worry.
Let's go.
I'll wait for social services.
What really happens? He goes into foster homes?
I'm not really sure.
He's beautiful, isn't he?
Yes. Would you like to hold him?
Sure.
I need to clean up. I'll just be a second.
What, I'm not adopting if that's where you're going.
I wasn't. I was just looking at an odd sight under the circumstances.
He is beautiful.